First leg of the quaddie from Redcliffe in Queensland. That's where we take you next. Meeting code number 24, race 4, class 1 to 2 mobile pace over the 1780. And Storm Dell off the second rows at $2.90 the tote, $2 and $1.12 on final field fixed odds, just from Baroness La Roche, who's won its last two at Redcliffe over the 1780. Maddie Nielsen drives, and you're looking for 3 on the trot, whereas Storm Dell has won 6 from 35 and was third here over the longer 2040 to Big Lucy last time to the races, whereas Baroness La Roche has won the 3 from 17, but 2 of those wins have come here over this journey, winning by quite some margins. Won by 5 3/4 2 starts ago, and then won by 3 lengths at the most recent run on the 27th of August for Baroness La Roche, mare by Mr Aviator. And really keen on it here off the front row draw. It is closing in towards favouritism, $2.40 with bookmakers, but $2 for Storm Dell, the mare by Tinted Cloud. Those two are fighting it out, and if you're looking for something else, Sky Falcon, who will come off the back of Chardon's Reactor on the second row. This 6-year-old gelding's been out of the placings of late, but's had a couple of excuses, which wasn't its fault at Albion Park, so looking to regain some form and most likely get into the placings here. Certainly a trifecta and first 4 chance going by the market order. Redcliffe, we're about to take you there, where there are these 2 runners in the market. To John Brash in the first leg of the quaddie. The fourth, he's gone 9 on top, Storm Dell, to beat Baroness La Roche. Number 3, 1 Chardon's Reactor off the pole, and then 8 Sky Falcon. 9, 3, 1 and 8 as we take you across to Johnny Brash.
Starting signal. About to come up now for race number 4. $17.80 metres. About to come up. Gate about to roll. Moving up. Okay, Anthony, coming up here for race number 4, the Brian Ewart pace. Brian, of course, on the committee here at the Redcliffe Paceway, the family-friendly fun track. And they're moving up now for race number 4 on the card. Favourite is number 9, Storm Dell, ahead of number 3, Baroness La Roche. Third pick, number 8, Sky Falcon, ahead of 1, Chardon's Reactor. First leg of the quaddie. Gate comes around the corner. Race 4 on the program. All set. There's the green light. Racing now. Chardon's Reactor off the inside began well. So did Baroness La Roche. Fooey East out of the speed battle. My Lucky Life going forward. Sky Falcon behind Chardon's Reactor going into that first corner. Followed by My Lucky Life. Abercrombie Jade. It's drifting back with My Shadow Strike. And towards the tail of the field was Sky Falcon. Running up the side the first time and taking the lead was Baroness La Roche. By 2 lengths now on Chardon's Reactor. Caught without cover Fooey. But going forward is My Lucky Life, and it'll shortly be without cover. Sky Falcon is 3 back on the inside in front of the favourite Storm Dell. Well back in the field, My Shadow Strike, Abercrombie Jade and LQ at the tail. 12.3 the lead time as they run down the side at the 1200, and there's a quick move by the favourite Storm Dell. Quickly goes up on the outside and joins Baroness La Roche, so the favourites are 1-2. My Lucky Life takes the trail third. Chardon's Reactor is 4th on the inside. 2 lengths away then came Fooey. Sky Falcon awkwardly placed, 3 back over on the inside, followed by My Shadow Strike, covered by Abercrombie Jade, and 2 off to LQ at the tail. 30.4 the first quarter by the judge, 850 metres out. Baroness La Roche in front for Nielsen, but joined by Storm Dell for Shane Graham on the outside. 2 lengths away, Chardon's Reactor getting a nice run third on the marker pegs. My Lucky Life 1 out and 1 back. Then came Sky Falcon in front of Fooey, followed by My Shadow Strike, Abercrombie Jade and LQ. Short of 600 metres to go, 31 won that second quarter, and on top was Baroness LaRoche, joined quickly the outside by Stormdale. 3 wide on the track, now comes Fooey, followed by Chardon's Reactor, then came Sky Falcon, My Shadow Strike, Abercrombie, Jade and LQ. 30 even the third quarter down the side, these two come away. Baroness LaRoche ahead in front of Stormdale, neither driver's gone for their runner yet, followed by Chardon's Reactor, then came further back in the field, Sky Falcon, Abercrombie, Jade around the corner. Baroness LaRoche leads for home, the outside Stormdale trying hard to reach to Baroness LaRoche. Baroness LaRoche in front, Stormdale now knuckling down, they come to the line. Stormdale beat Baroness LaRoche, third home Sky Falcon, fourth in Chardon's Reactor. A break then to Fooey, followed by Abercrombie, Jade, LQ, My Shadow Strike, and one of the last in was My Lucky Life.
Number 9, Storm Dell, was in a battle up the street with Baroness LaRoche coming off that second row draw, and Deer turned into a sprint home, but the 9 runner successful over number 3 there at Redcliffe. We're back for the 5th at 6:45, which is the first leg of tonight's, or that is the second leg of the quaddie, and the final 2 legs will be on trackside 2. But it is back to Alexandra Park shortly. Craig Thompson back with us, and well, the first event, a good start to the night.
It was, for one lucky punter, 3,000 on Concord, heading through from the racing desk. Thanks for Selda passing on all the information. Large bets landed on the favourite in the first, the largest, 3,000 a win, and I think a pretty bad start to the night for them. But also, big money coming for Zach Butcher in the Drivers' Challenge. Looking through the bets, I think they total around about 7,000 on Zach Butcher. So a couple of 2,000s and I think 3 individual $1,000 bets on him has seen his quote move from around $3 into around about $2.20. We'll update you as the night progresses on that. But he got 2 points in the first. Stephen Reid picks up maximum with 3 points. In the first with Concord. Race number 2, Smith & Partners Mobile Pace, Class 1 and 2 paces here. Jet Black Shadow, as mentioned earlier, 230, 130 the book, 250 on the tote. Coming out of a strong field behind Motown last week, gets a nice draw here. Doesn't possess brilliant gate speed, gets out with them, but likes to race on the speed, so I'm predicting we'll go forward like Concord did in the first. Better Be Perfect from the inside alley. Same draw as he won from last week. That win was penalty-free, being the invited drivers race that Tony Hurley piloted home, and no reason why he can't go back-to-back here. As we get an update on that Stonewall Stud Drivers Challenge, and Zach Butcher 3 into 2 now, so was $2.20 prior to race number 1 into $2, and all the money coming for him. Tony Hurley staying steady at $3, John Dunn out to 6, and all of them drifting. Philip Butcher, $6.50, any other individual driver at that same quote. So for me, Jet Black Shaddy on top from barrier number 2. He was good enough, as I say, to win 4 races in his early part of his career. He's been off the winners list for a while, but he's been in some pretty hot fields, taking on the likes of Major Star a couple of starts ago. This is significantly easier, and as you see, Nicky Chilcott, I think we'll go forward from barrier number 2, head-to-head here, 160, 220 on option 532. 2 to beat 1. Outside those top 2, I thought Kill Lady, if there was one to go forward from this race from barrier 6, I thought it could be her. She's got really good gate speed, really hasn't had a draw to use it. Tonight she can. I thought she could get across them here, and what she tends to do is hand to the right one. So Zach Butcher may look to go forward, then head to either the likes of Jet Black Shadow or another favoured runner. She's good save for 1 run, so I thought tonight barrier number 6 gives her a chance to go forward off the front. And Culinary Delight for Robert Dunn and John Dunn on screen at the moment, a chance of the top 4 as get the result from Redcliffe. Meeting 24 race 4, it's 9, 3, 8 and 1. Stormdale 221.10 beats 3. Baroness LaRoche at 110 and Sky Falcon 140. The Quinellas 270 trifecta 1470 938. First 4 numbers 938 and 1. Favoured runners $23.20. There's runner number 4, and that's Shards Phoenix. A month between races for this horse worries me. Hasn't been at the trials that I've seen lately. Brett Mangos takes the drive. Good sit-and sprinter. Does have a little bit of gate speed, but best when you don't use her and she gets 1 run at them. She has a lethal finish onto her, and should be in my top 5 if I was to put another one into the first 4 tonight. So for me, it's 2, 1, 6, 10 and 4. 2, 1, 6, 10 and 4. Race number 2 tonight, and that'll kick off the quaddie mark. The first leg of the quaddie about 4 minutes away.
All right, what about those other legs of the quaddie a bit later on tonight? Races your 3, 4 and 5.
Yeah, second leg of the quaddie, Mark, for me would be Djokovic Commander, Paris Macquarie with Jake. They would stand out for me. They're runners numbers 7, 9 and 11. Third leg of the quaddie, I thought the Faithful was near enough at anchor. If you want a bit of cover, go with Heart of Dixie and also last week's winner, Joe's Dream. So 11 if you want to cover, 10 and 5. Last leg of the quaddie, Eyes Are Smiling. We talked about her being one of those horses that she'll either do it right and she'll win or she'll be out of it. So one ticket, pick up her if you want to cover. All Royal Gal, definite chance here. And Terrascova's been racing okay, but I'm quite keen on race 5, number 10.
All right, that's a look at the quaddie with the pool approaching around about $10,000. And I know Aaron's pretty keen too on Jet Black Shadow here in this first leg of the TAB quaddie at Alexandra Park tonight. Aaron, we'll come to you. You've gone 2, 1, 4 and 10 to kick off the quaddie.
Yeah, Jet Black Shadow, Mark's been racing in some pretty good races. Its last 3, Nicky Chilcott, the trainer-driver, comes up with a nice draw, of course, took on Vice Consul, beaten just over 2 lengths 3 starts ago, then in the Major Star race, 2 starts back, and then in Motown's race last week. So there's plenty of form coming through. Those last 3 starts was a very good third 4 starts ago. So certainly gets his opportunity tonight for me, Jet Black Shadow. And Jeremy's Jet looking for the first 2 on the program here tonight. 1 Better Be Perfect, nice win off this draw, albeit over the 2,700 metres last week. Tony Hurley doing the driving, $4.20, $1.50. 4 Shards Phoenix, she's a chance in this, beaten by a wide draw back in late July. That was in behind Zach's Patrol. Good run in behind Charleston Bell 2 starts ago. And the 10 Culinary Delight, there or thereabouts, has to be considered for Quinella Trifecta and first 4 investments. 2, 1, 4 and 10 for me.
Thanks, Aaron. Yes, best back runner in race number 2 from the racing desk is Jet Black Shadow. Majority of large bets placed on runner number 2, Jet Black Shadow. And his quote is now into $2.20. Can advise you that all fixed odds are out for Addington tomorrow night, hearing through from the racing desk. Thanks to Sal for passing that on. And I can tell you, in the big one tomorrow night, Chris and me has opened up a $1.15 favourite for his resumption, heading towards another New Zealand Cup tilt tomorrow night. He'll go round race number 8 tomorrow night. That'll be at 8:39. The Allied Security, Morris Holmes Vase. Good to have Chris and me back on the track. He's had a couple of trials this time in, placed last week behind Jason Rules. He looked very well to me, and he's drawn ideally out wide off the front from a standing start. So $1.15 tomorrow night. Chris and me, I'm sure Greg O'Connor will have Dexter Dunn at some stage to update the viewers on how his progression has been in the last 2 or 3 weeks, heading towards tomorrow night's engagement, the big one, the Morris Holmes Vase. Great to have the open class paces back on track at Addington tomorrow night. That race, 8:39, and it is a leg of the pick 6. And behind the mobile for race number 2, the Smith & Partners Mobile Pace. Favourite will start from barrier 2 in the Tangerine with a white star. Nicky Chilcott takes the drive on Jet Black Shadow. Here's Aaron.
The runners in behind the yellow bar arm for the Smith & Partners Mobile. Jet Black Shadow 240, Better Be Perfect, drawn to its inside at 390 off the second row. Culinary Delight 780. Set and ready. Green light, Smith & Partners Mobile field underway, and driven hard off the arm here, Platinum Poker to be the early leader over Shards Phoenix. Jet Black Shadow is trying to punch up on the inside to secure the trail here, but Mangos will get across with Shards Phoenix, so the favourite is 3 back, 4 back, the second favourite, Better Be Perfect. Kill Lady just moved up the track there as Jet Black Shadow moves away from the marker line, followed by With a Vengeance, then Could Have Done It, Hadrian, 2 lengths Culinary Delight, then came That's How We Roll, Can't Explain It, 3 or 4 lengths VC Dell, and the last is Sold. Hanover into the back. Well, Jet Black Shadow, he was crossed at the start, but Nicky's got him out of trouble and around to the lead, and automatically he pricks his ears, 1.5 lengths over Platinum Poker. 3 back on the inside, Shards Phoenix, then Better Be Perfect. Lead time a good one, 41.7. Kill Lady sitting parked. Hadrian the inside, With a Vengeance 1-1. 1.5 lengths then to Could Have Done It. That's How We Roll the inside. 1 length Culinary Delight. 1.25 lengths Can't Explain It. And the last pair inside Soul Hanover and VC Dell to its outside as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. 1,300 metres left to go on the Smith and Partners. Jet Black Shadow, once he's found the front, he's got away with a nice cheap quarter here. They've set up a nice lead time. Let's see what this first quarter's going to be. Nicky's got away with Murder here, 34 seconds. Platinum Poker is on the back of the favourite. Coming forward, Can't Explain It. Shards Phoenix the inside. Then Kill Lady coming forward, Culinary Delight. Better Be Perfect is four back on the inside as VC Dell gets around it. Stablemate with a vengeance. Hadrian's back in the field. As to as Could Have Done It in the last pair. On the inside is That's How We Roll. And Soul Hanover to its outside. 850 to go. And Jet Black Shadow. Let's see what the second quarter is. She's got away with another very cheap one. 32 and 3 is 64. Make that a 66.3 half. Oh, but will they be able to beat the favourite off the top? Let's find out. Culinary Delight up on the outside now. Pressure's the favourite. The sprint goes on. Platinum Poker's had the trail. Out wide of VC Dell around Can't Explain It. Back on the inside, Shards Phoenix. Better Be Perfect away from the markers, but runs up into a pocket. Out wide of Kill Lady. Then Hadrian with a vengeance, well back in the field. As to as Could Have Done It. That's How We Roll and drifting away. Soul Hanover 27 and 4 the back straight quarter. Jet Black Shadow travels nicely now. Better Be Perfect's out and going to chase down this favourite hard. There followed Culinary Delight. It's Jet Black Shadow 2 lengths. Better Be Perfect. Culinary Delight. Can't Explain It. Hadrian running on. Jet Black Shadow 100 to go. Better Be Perfect really starting to get into his work now. Better Be Perfect blows by the favourite. Better Be Perfect goes back to back over Jet Black Shadow. Can't Explain It third. They were followed Culinary Delight, then Hadrian. Platinum Poker, Shards Phoenix back in the field. Could Have Done It, then Kill Lady. That's How We Roll. They were followed VC Dell and With a Vengeance. And the last across was Soul Hanover 245.9. Home and 30.2. 57.7 was the last half. Better Be Perfect. Ice Cool Drive by the Iceman. Gets the Better's Delight 6-year-old home. Took a heat of course, the Island of Origin last week. And comes out and was always going to be a major danger to a Jet Black Shadow once he found that clear ear. And he's got over the top of the favourite in very good fashion here in the Smith and Partners Mobile.
Official placings, race 2, the Smith and Partners Mobile Pace, 1 to 11, 10, 9, 5. 1 to 11, 10, 9, 5. Horse 1, Better Be Perfect, paced the 2,200 metres in 245.91. A mile rate of 21.3. Last 857.7 and the 430.2. The margins 1 quarter lengths, 3/4 of a length, 1 3/4 lengths. 1 to 11, 10, 9, 5. Race 2, Smith and Partners Mobile Pace.
Judge Graham McLennan with the call there, and Better Be Perfect goes back to back. Secured one of the Island of Origin series wins last Friday night. Goes back to back here for Butterworth Racing Syndicate. Better's Delight, Perfecta, Low Bell, 6-year-old brown gelding bred by Woodland Stud New Zealand Limited. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura, the Woodland Stud sponsored rangeman. Also Tony sponsored by Mitavite, and the Mitavite Black Pike back at the head of the field after the Smith and Partners Mobile Pace. Peter Smith down there, part of the victory celebrations, along with Auckland Trotting Club steward in Roger Barnes. 2, Jet Black Shadow for second. Jeremy's Jet, 5-year-old brown gelding out of Home in the Shade, raced by BM Lecter. WL Alley, CG Thomas, Mrs. A.Y. Ringer, along with the Don't Tell the Mrs. Syndicate and GD Burkett. Nicky Chilcott, the trainer-driver, Cambridge. And 11, Can't Explain It third. Mark 3, Class Act, 5-year-old bay gelding, raced by J.H. Mullins, along with MK Radburn, JWE Durning and NJ Boyle. Michelle Wallace and Bernie Hackett trained at Waiuku. Morris McKendry, 1 Better Be Perfect, $3.90 and $1.50, $3.90, $1.50. 2 Jet Black Shadow, $1.30, $1.30 and 11 Can't Explain It, $4.10, $4.10. Quinella, $2.40, $2.40. Trifecta, $69.10, $69.10. And the first 4, $232.30, $232.30.
Winner here on a 21 and 43. Opawa Sam, we've seen it here. No, we haven't. Racing at Manawatu in Auckland, did what at Auckland at 2 back over the 5:27. They're bringing it back to a sprint. This dog never sprinted in 26 starts, so 27th start. It's going for a sprint tonight is Opawa Sam. And the others certainly in the mix. 186 and the 9 for me here. So not far from bringing them up, the Ben Craig Trainer of the Year Stakes over the 375 metres. Craig's dog, Speed Lord here, 390 is the favourite. Second favourite, the 5, Razzo, so he's got a 1-2 favouritism here. As Craigie in this upcoming event, the downgraded Razzo in the mix as well. Speed Lord, Sandog again, Razzo, McJam, Fresco Star, Opawa Sam, Sacred Canyon, Little Dreams. So we load them up here. The first line goes up. Tracy Croak out there with Speed Lord. Second line, Fresco Star. Brent puts that up. Up on the outside, Little Dreams. And we're ready. Race number 6. Bunny rolling 375, rounded cups. Set, ready. Off, getting away down on the inside there was Speed Lord, a bit of speed out wide the track. There we go to Razzo, that's up there, and Little Dreams of the play also. They've followed one kicking round the outside, Sacred Canyon. Good old charge here as they swing and out wider still. There is, that one is Opawa Sam, and dropping to the tail of the field, Sandog again, Fresco Star. Up they come, middle of the pack, Razzo will get you home. Then we go the way here now of Sacred Canyon. That's followed back there by Opawa Sam out wide of the track there. McJam, Little Dreams, they're followed further back in transit here by Speed Lord, Fresco Star, Sandog again was back towards the tail. Number 5, Razzo for Benjamin David Francis, over the 6 and the 4. And then we go the way of the 8 to 21 and 33, run a bit of time 2. Run in 6 and 57, first split 4 and 76. And Razzo, he's dashed away. There, and stop the clock at 21 and 33. Got a way to score nicely from the 6, the 4 and the 8, getting home strongly as well. 2 3/4 by 3/4 by 1.5. The official margins. Here's the start. You can see the one wanted to run out two's held it down. Our eventual winner, the 5, he just speared off the 5, raced to the lead. Out wide of the 68 there, that being Sacred Canyon and Little Dreams. And back at the tail of the field, Sandog again back there along with Fresco Star, but too strong by Riddleman Reba Karoma for the Craig team. 6 second, Sacred Canyon, the Oregon Charge, has got a good run. There by Sir Florian Sister Blister in the blue of Opawa Sam. Big Daddy Cool Perfect Token, the black and steel team there. And about the $3.50 to $4, I think it was at the close, was our winner in Razzo, taking out race number 6. Returning with the race number 7 on the card. And this is over the 375 metres once again. The Class 2s, 6:53 will join you.
Thank you, Pete. Getting back out of Class 5 and delivering here, paying $4 and $2.50 Rasso over 6 Sacred Canyon $2.90 and 4 Opawa Sam $3.20. Quinella 5 and 6 $25.10. Trifecta 5, 6, 4 $359.10, $359.10, and that 5, 6, 4 and 8 tab first 4 paid $3,052.80 with a carry forward through into the next 3, 5 double, $10.20 concession, 3 and 6 paying $10.70, and the 4, 3, 5 TAB treble paid $74.50, $74.50, and left in the triple trio, which tonight's guaranteed at $20,000. 72.68 live units are remaining in that triple trio as things get underway. Trackside 1, we continue our coverage. Shortly we're off to Australia and we're off to our next greyhound race at Warragul. TAB Trackside 1 back at Warragul for race number 12. We're on the meeting code of 32 for this one, and you've got a couple of minutes to get your money on here. We're over the 400 metres. Grade 5s, Brewery Jewel, dog number 7 off the Black Trap, $3.80 and $1.50, commingled win and place machine. This dog really turned the form around last time to the races up the straight track at Healesville, so obviously the racing can be quite different when you go around the likes of Warragul, your two-turn track and your horseshoe tracks, as opposed to the peculiar way they race at Healesville up the straight. And that performance was on the 30th, so only a few days ago, and it was in torrential rain too at Healesville that day over the 350, but certainly turned the form line around. But here at the track at Warragul, it has won 3 from 6, so it does have good track stats, into $2.90 now as more cash comes into the pool. Looking for runners outside of it, Ginley's Prince is a dog which has won 3 from 20. It's also coming off a last start win at Healesville, but it was on the 20th of July, so that was a month and a half ago. So has taken a bit of time off and is back at the races today, but does have good form over the 400 metre journey. Has been in the money 6 times from 9 starts over the 400. So certainly looking to get that money again from the outside trap is Ginley's Prince. Dog number 9, Jules Norris, jumps from box number 5. It's placed twice from its last 3. All up, it's won the 4 from 32. and its most recent placing was at the brand new track at Terrelgan. They've just opened a new track there in Victoria at Terrelgan after 18 months of work, and this dog was second there on one of their first nights back. Was beaten 4 lengths though, but into second, which has been a good performance. Was third at Cranbourne 3 starts ago, and in between them raced at Healesville. So it's a chance off the ballot and into box number 5, and 5.20 now for Jules Norris, you can see, as dog number 9 moves into the $5 second elect. Matthew Nichols, he's gone 2, 6, 9 and 1 from the TAB, 2, 6, 9 and 1. So he's tipped you out team player on top. He's being a team player and giving you a dog which has just drifted out to 7.30, but good money in the 12th. Peter Eustace, he's gone dog number 8, Ginley's Prince, on top. To beat 7, Brewery Jewel, 2 team player, and 9, Jules Norris. So 8 to beat 7, 2 and 9. Meanwhile, Matt Nichols has gone the 2 on top. Following this, here on Trackside 1, we will be back to Alexandra Park for our next there. It's due at 20 minutes to 7 o'clock, so we're around about 7 odd minutes away from a start in that one. But here's Peter Eustace for the 12th, coming from Warragul.
Meters the journey, and all the rage Brewery Jewel, though it touched 3.70, it's into $2.60. Okay, thank you, Maz. Hopefully they're going to put them in for the last. We're well behind starting time. We're hoping not to clash. Still waiting for them to be boxed here for the last at Warragul for some reason. 400 metres of the journey. The scratching is number 5. Reserve number 9, Jules Norris, just being loaded. Smash It to lead them up with Take the Chance. 9 into 5, Jules Norris and Brewery Jewel. Last start, Healesville winner is the favourite at $2.70. Even numbers team player, Northern Emma, Dark Adventure and Ginley's Prince. Big meeting here Tuesday night with the final of the $15,000 Endeavour Locksmiths St Ledger. And the green light's on for the last of 12 at Warragul on a Thursday afternoon. The favourites jumping from box number 7. Pretty short. They're set. And away, Brewery's Jewel began awkwardly. Ginley's Prince fairly away. Team player won the start easily. Take the Chance and Northern Emma second and third. Getting up on the inside, Jules Norris. Just behind them, Dark Avenger. Ginley's Prince right off the track from Smash It. And Brewery Jewel's a mile back on the turn, the favourite. But it's all team player. Had shot away. Out of the pack, Take the Chance. Down the outside now, Dark Avenger. But team player too good by 2.5, Take the Chance. And third placing goes to Dark Avenger. Brewery Jewel when it was all over. Followed by Jules Norris, and back behind them, Northern Emma, Smash It, and Ginley's Prince in $22.99.
Oh, good on you, Matt Nichols. Well done, team player, $6.60, giving you that tip there from the TAB. If you're watching, Matt, to see how your selections go. Getting success there in the 12th event from Warragul, our selector from the TAB. We'll have the official dividends on meeting 32 in just a moment, but we're 5 minutes out from the second leg of the quaddie here at Alexandra Park tonight, where Commander Paris is the $2.80 fixed odds favourite, but support there too for Djokovic, who's the tote favourite at $3.70, $3.30 second elect with the bookmakers, and those are a couple that you've got here in the quaddie, Craig, as we get up to the second leg.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. Djokovic, geez, he's a hard horse to follow. He does just enough for you to go again the following week, and 2 starts ago, if you read into the form line, he ran third behind Any Old Way, broke 3.30 when doing that. Any Old Way, of course, was very impressive in winning last week, sitting parked out for Jack McKinnon. Last Friday night, he was in front and looked to be travelling very well before he galloped on the home turn for no reason. His best races are when he finds the front, 10 metres. I don't think it's a prohibitive handicap for him. He's a good beginner. If he got his way to the front tonight, I think the field's significantly easier than what he's been racing against. So I don't mind a $3.90 on the tote versus $3.30 on the fixed odds. I think he can win the race. Commander in Paris was scratched last week, Mr. Ace last week, $2.80 on the book, $3.50 on the tote. John Dunn takes the drive, of course, former Southerner in the north now for a couple of starts, and I thought if he can replicate that win where he beat Allingham, he's a chance tonight. 2,700 metres tonight versus the 2,200 that he won last start, but he looks a good star. So for me, 9 and 11. I thought the horse on screen there, Macquarie with Jake's a really good place bet. He's got good manners. He goes best over the longer trip. His run last start behind Opal with speed. He made good ground when Dexter drove in the invited drivers. And he always puts himself in the race, so he looks very well on track. $1.95, that head-to-head here, Djokovic versus Commander in Paris on option 533 if you want to get involved in that. So $1.95 versus $1.75. But Macquarie with Jake, he's been in the north for quite some time. And in the Tony Barron colours tonight, always a chance in these type of races. He's always a first four chance. He's made my top three tonight. And outside those three, I put a horse that was impressive in winning the invited drivers race last week, and Opawa Speed. Rocked them at $46. Tonight he's off the front, didn't get penalised for that win, so no reason why he can't get some money again. Opawa Speed, probably better suited to being off the front than off a handicap, and he gets his chance tonight. So I think he's a good first four chance. Mark them 9, 11, 7 and 1, 9, 11, 7 and 1, and Aaron's with 11, 9 and 1. His number's 11, 9 and 1. Second leg of the quaddie, first leg taken out by the second favourite, number 1, Better Be Perfect.
All right, just a reminder, pick 6 tonight, guaranteed at 40,000 with 20,000 carried forward, so can certainly go over that. Starts on the race following this, the 4th, 2, 3, 6 and 9 there from the 12th, coming from Warrigal, and shortly we'll head to Aaron with a couple of minutes of betting time remaining here at the park with the Trotters, and certainly Sunday at Tabcorp Park, Melton, the Trotters were part of that Kiwi onslaught. What a great day it was last week.
Well, it was probably a magical day for New Zealand harness racing, with Mark Purdon getting 3, and then we had the likes of the Orange Agent winning and Speeding Spur. It was a real domination by the Kiwis, and they quineled a lot of the events as well, obviously with the likes of Start Dreaming running second. Fantastic day, great training effort to get these horses right through the season, and a long campaign. I know Josh Dickey alluded to after Speeding Spur won that it was probably a bridge that he had to carry right at the end of the long season. He was really feeling at the end of that race at Melton on Sunday afternoon, but John Dickey did a great job to keep him up for a long season. I mean, he'd been racing right through, I think, November, December, right through to the end of August. So great performance, Speeding Spur, but these horses will now go out for a spell, and unfortunately the likes of Follow the Stars has gone amiss, and he's going to be put aside for a few months and brought back as a 4-year-old. But he was brave with the problems that he had going into that race, running a nice placing behind Meningate. But the Kiwis, Highgate winning, obviously Waikiki Beach and Our Dream About Me unbeaten in their 2-year-old season. Quite a remarkable feat when you think it's hard enough to get one horse to be unbeaten through a season, but to get obviously a filly and a colt, one winning 12 or 13, and obviously Dream About Me being unbeaten as well, quite amazing. Yeah, really the icing on the cake on Sunday, especially for the All-Stars team, and Highgate as well, staying over there, joining Nicole Melander for about 6 months. Keystone Dell will race again on Saturday night, sounds like, in a free-for-all trot. Better concentrate on the third here. Aaron, not too far away, your thoughts?
Yeah, I went with the way of the 11, Commander Paris. Good, strong victory, doing everything right back on the 14th of August. So if he does it all right again tonight, John Dunn, Michelle Wallace, Bernie Hackett can certainly go back-to-back with Commander Paris. 9, Djokovic, well, he's well in the mix. He did gallop late last time, strong placings prior to that. Luckchin doing the driving, 1 Opawa Speed, Stuart Cruikshank. Yeah, nice winner. Zach Butcher doing the driving last week in that invited Island of Origin Drivers Series event at big money, and 12 and 4 to repeat tonight, and we'll put in the 12-12 Monkeys. Blew it last time, nice back-to-back victories prior to that. Another good strong hand in the race for the Wallace Hackett team. And the Magic Man Morris McKendry, 11, 9, 1 and 12, and just a wee bit of a tidbit here around Djokovic too, boys. If Djokovic wins, it'll be the 100th. The driving success for Luckchin is also the breeder, owner and trainer. You won't get that too many places around the world. Let's see how they go in the Tropicals. 9th and 16th of October, handicap trot, and the barrier strands release. They're off Opawa Speed off the insides, come away in a gallop. The remaining square gators all down doing it nicely. Dauntless first out. Here's Djokovic up onto the scene quickly for luck, and around the outside, Alexandra leaving. Lady J's made a good beginning. She'll settle down in fourth as they work the showgrounds turn. Dauntless has gone off straight up in third. Lady J's gone out in sympathy. Alexandra leaving in seconds, galloped as well here. So Djokovic now a clear leader by a half a dozen. Ventimiglia, 12 Monkeys getting through the gallopers. Back over on the inside then to Jomo, followed by Overstayer. There followed a length and a half away. Commander Paris has also negotiated a path through the breakers. There followed then by Macarewa Jake back in the field now to Alexandra leaving. Dauntless as well back. Opawa Speed and Lady J. Judge and 2 to go and 12 Monkeys. Morris McHenry works on to the lead over Djokovic. Eased for a trail here. Then Ventimiglia third as they work the stables corner. Jomo fourth. A break of 4 lengths Overstayer. There followed Commander Paris back in the field then to Macarewa Jake. 3 lengths away to Alexandra leaving. There's 10 lengths to Dauntless. 2 lengths off its back Opawa Speed and 10 lengths further away Lady J. Now the Square Gator's up into the back though, and 12 Monkeys has settled on a nice rein once he's got around to lead. From Djokovic second and third Ventimiglia for Lynn Neal, and then came Jomo as they run through the lead time in 129.1. 4 lengths Overstayer in fifth, and there followed 2 lengths away Commander Paris and John Dunn. A length and a half Macarewa Jake as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn again. Then Alexandra leaving, and so that's the last of the winning chances. The other trio, they'll have to get a rattle on. Dauntless one of those, also Opawa Speed and Lady J well out of the contest as they work on to the lane. And 12 Monkeys, the son of Monkey Bones or the daughter of Monkey Bones, to work into the lane first, a length and a half. Over Djokovic in the trail. Opening quarter in 32.9. 3 back on the inside then as they work through the home straight as Ventimiglia starting to move forward. Commander Paris on the outside of Jomo. Macarewa Jake gets a ride home on the back of it. Stablemate in the 1-1. Overstayer works away from the markers at the judge, and a good 8 lengths away Alexandra leaving, and further away Dauntless. Opawa Speed 900 to go. 12 Monkeys over Djokovic. Commander Paris inching up on the outside around Ventimiglia. Macarewa Jake 1-1 for Zach Butcher. Back on the inside then to Jomo, and then came Overstayer 32 and 4 the second quarter. Tropical Nights the 9th and 16th of October trot through the back, and 12 Monkeys a length and a half. Djokovic off straight up on the outside. Commander Paris, he's blowing it there with that gallop. Macarewa Jake now up to third around Ventimiglia. Jomo's away from the markers, then Overstayer 500 to go, turning off the back, and 12 Monkeys pressured now by Macarewa Jake the outside, a length and a half to Djokovic. There followed by Jomo as Macarewa Jake strides on to the lead. 30 and 2 the back straight quarter. In fifth Ventimiglia as they come for home. Macarewa Jake, but Djokovic comes strongly now. Then 12 Monkeys, Ventimiglia and Jomo homeward bound. Macarewa Jake, here's Djokovic coming strongly for luck up on the outside. Macarewa Jake and Djokovic 3 lengths. Ventimiglia, Jomo 100 to go. Macarewa Jake, Djokovic up on the outside, lengthened strongly, and Djokovic, he'll ace them tonight, Djokovic, and there's the 100th driving success as the breeder, owner and trainer also for Luck Chin. Congratulations. Second over Macarewa Jake, then Ventimiglia Jomo. They were followed Overstayer. 12 Monkeys, Opawa Speed, Dauntless back. As to Alexandra leaving, Commander Paris blew it with that gallop through the back straight, and Lady J to be the last in 335.7. 30.9 was the final quarter, and 61.1 the last half. Congratulations to Luck Chin. There's a stat you won't see too many places around the world in harness racing. 100 wins as a driver, also as the breeder, owner and trainer. Djokovic, the son of Sundon, gets his 6th victory tonight at start 51 and does it in good fashion here.
Placings and times in race 3, Tropical Nights on the 9th and 16th of October handicap trot. 972 8512. 972 8512. Horse 9, Djokovic, trotted the 2700 metres from a stand in a net time of 3:34.9. That's a mile rate of 28.1. Last half in 61.2 and the 400 in 30.9. The margins 3/4 of a length, 6 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths. 972 8512. Race 3, Tropical Nights on the 9th and 16th of October handicap trot.
Djokovic 2 strong, Sundon Levinsky, 5-year-old bay gelding, raced by Luck Chin along with Miss J.R. Anderson, C. Heberley and R.J. Erickson. Luck Chin, the trainer out of Tamaheri, Luck doing the driving as well, and a big congratulations goes out to Luck Chin here tonight as this is his 100th driving success, as also the breeder, co-owner or owner and also trainer. So there's a stat that you won't see too many times in harness racing anywhere in the world. And congratulations to Luck Chin, reigning his 100th winner. So sitting behind a horse that he's bred, owned and trained for the 100th time here tonight with this victory with Djokovic. David Turner was down there part of the victory celebrations. That was win 6 at start 51 also for Djokovic tonight. 7, Macariwa Jake for second. The Sundon Pride of Pomona, 6-year-old bay gelding, raced by Mrs. N.J. Hackett along with TR and R.A. Barron. Michelle Wallace, Bernie Hackett, trained at Waiuku, Zach Butcher. 2, Ventimiglia, Majestic Sun Brown, 5-year-old mare out of Zackley for third, raced by Mrs. L.M. along with A.P. Neal. Andrew and Lynn Neal trained at Cambridge, and Lynn doing the driving. 9, Djokovic, $3.20 and $1.30, $3.20 and $1.30, 7, Macariwa Jake at $2.10 to $10, and 2, Ventimiglia, $3.70, $3.70. Quinella, $16.30, $16.30, Trifecta, $226.90, $226.90. First 4, $4,000, $221.20, $4,221.20. 1 and 9 in the double, $11.40, $11.40. 1 and 7 concessions, $7.90, $7.90, and the early treble, 5, 1 and 9, $34.20, $34.20.
Certainly well known as a man who loved the trotters.
Absolutely, predominantly with the trotters. He had some great open class trotters probably in the last decade and further back than that as well. But Greg will update you with that tragic news. I didn't know that until I'd walked into the studio this afternoon. So I'd like to pass on my condolences to obviously Carl's family. Tragic loss for a man that just enjoyed harness racing and trotting in general, and a very sad loss to the industry, and I'll pass on my condolences to the family at a very sad time.
Yeah, it's been a sad time with a few participants being lost over the past couple of weeks. Have contributed so much, but you're more on that with Greg O'Connor tomorrow night at Addington Raceway. He'll be interviewing a few of the participants who knew Carl well. Got Cambridge coming up next here. TAB Trackside 1, the 7th race, and favourite here is Solarian at $2.70 on the tote, $2.40 option 907. Rocket Ship Mac on the second line, and then Mockingjay in the market here for race number 7. Pete, I'll grab your thoughts on the 7th.
I've got an 824 and the 3 here. I thought Rocket Ship Mac off the outside had to be a big player in this. Rocket Ship Mac likes it out wide. And got to the line strongly the other day out of box number 6 there at Auckland and back to Cambridge and gets around here pretty good too. Put on the 2, and at number 2 being Mockingjay. Gee, it was a nice run. Auckland, a jumped and run over the 5.27, bringing it back to the sprint tonight, just as capable. The 4 Solarian, 4 Shirley Ross, never out of the money, and 8, 3 wins and 5 minor placings. The 4 Solarian. And the Whitebrook, Walter Mitty, another of Craig's runners then, and Walter Mitty last time out at Auckland over the 500, and that's another one coming back to the sprint as well. There and won a couple of times over the trip. The little duck out in the track, middle of the track here. He's got about a dozen little ducklings chasing around. So let's hope she doesn't get onto the track at some stage of the journey. She's teaching her little ducklings bad habits there at the stage of their early life. Others for me here off the inside, Nick Century. The 4 Arnie Clark has been here 4 times placed in 8 and coming off the 1 box, always an assist, and it leaves the boxes quite quickly, so you're getting some nice each way, getting some good place money about Nick Century. Dog number 1 there at $2.90 can run a place. They're very chilly. That's a dog that pops up when you least expect it. It's 155th start today for Maxie. There, Uncle Romilly coming off box at number 6. And that's another coming back to the sprint. Craig bringing all these dogs back to the sprint in this event. And then we look at Halo Star, who's got a bit of early speed at times too, for local trainer and Bobby Bond. So up we go here. Nick Century, Walter Mitty, very chilly, and Halo Star. Mockingjay, Solarian, Uncle Romilly, and Rocket Ship Mac off the outside. Who's closing off favourite here after all this? The blue. Solarian for Shirley at $2.20 and $1. So we're in and we're ready to rumble. The Pella Mountains, race number 7. Round it comes. Off. Good line inside. Nick Century shows up with Mockingjay, and out wider there we go to Solarian, finds the lead up there too. There is Halo Star, they're followed back third there now to Nick Century. Back in transit we go to Walter Mitty, Mockingjay. Further back there is a very chilly Uncle Romilly is back there also. Up they come, and Solarian still kicks Solarian in tonight. Second across will be Halo Star. Then we go the way here now of Walter Mitty, Nick Century, very chilly. And now followed towards the tail of the field here now by Mockingjay, Uncle Romilly, and Rocket Ship Mac. You need a rocket. You've run last. Solarian. Nice jump, nice win. Gee, it's ultra consistent, isn't he? And he's jumped and run tonight in a 21 and 21, so a good clip as well for him. Previous best 21 and 38. 4, 7, 3. And 1 splits, missed the first one, 6 and 65 the running, 14 and 56 there that first split, and has waltzed home by about 3.5 to 4. Therefore Shirley Ross has done the job from the boxes. Lids go up and just found the lead along there with Nick Century and Mockingjay. 4 3/4 by 3 by a half. They're the officials. Look at the pink rug, Rocket Ship Mac. He's gone down to the sports bar to grab himself a feed. He's that far off him. Out wide going into that first bend. Anyway, Solarian in, favourite, $2.10 and $1. Therefore, Shirley, well done to you. Race number 8, this one over the 375 metres, the Class 2 and 3 sprinters, 21 after 7, boys.
Thank you, Pete. Solarian in, and yeah, those ducks, you can tell it's spring. The babies are here. 4, 7, 3 and 1 on the 7th, 21 and 21 the time, and 0.80 live in the main pool of Triple Trio. 4 Solarian, $2.10 and $1. 7 Halo Star at $3 and 3. Walter Mitty, $3.30. 4 and 7 Quinella, $11.90. Trifecta paid $168.20. 4, 7, 3 and 1 the first 4, $1,262.90. $1,262.90 there in race number 7. Race 8. There from the Greyhounds, that is the final leg of the Triple Trio, mixed Class 2s and 3s. As Pete mentioned, 7:21 the start time for that. And the second quaddie will start on race number 9, the Karen Walsh Strike Rate Trainer of the Year Sprint at 10 to 8. Staying with the Greyhound theme on TAB Trackside 1, Thursday night under lights approaching 7 o'clock. And we're getting close here at Maitland for the 5th on meeting code number 30. This one gets the quaddie underway. Most of these quaddie legs will be over on trackside 2, but we'll start things off here. No third dividend on this race, with the boxes of 6 and 7 vacant. which will leave a lot of room for the likes of dog number 8, Fancy Dancer, who's at 140 and money back for the place as money comes into this pool. So it's got a lot of space with boxes 6 and 7 vacant, and of course it's the outside trap for Fancy Dancer as it looks to reverse its recent form line out to $1.60 now. Matt Nichols tipped you out a winner at Warrigal, and he's gone for number 2, Bro in Motion, at $7.20 at this stage. This dog was a winner 3 back, and that was here at Maitland on the 13th of August, and then placed second here last week. Was beaten 9 lengths into second on that occasion, so it was beaten fairly and squarely, but did pick up a place, and it's at 7s today. $4.10 about dog number 1, Sketchy, who was a winner 2 starts ago, and that was at the Gardens on the 22nd of August, was a winner by 2 1/4, and since then's run third at the Gardens, beaten a length and a quarter. So 2, 1, 4 and 3 for Matt Nichols, and for John McDermott, he's gone 8 Fancy Dancer to beat 3 and 1, 8 to beat 3 and 1. Here's our caller, John McDermott, for the 5th at Maitland.
And the first leg of the quaddie it is, $1.90 Fancy Dancer into $1.70 on fixed odds. $3.20 for number 2 Sketchy, out from $2.70. And Bro in Motion at $5. Moving in, fees have been going to 6, 7, 8 and 3. Sid Vicious the winner for Johnny Barden, 2.5 lengths a neck, $22.83. And they're all placed away here for race number 5. Little Rachel sends the green light through to Liam, the hairdriver. The power's on. And the bunny up to the boxes. We're set to run here in the 5th event. Ready? Racing now, bouncing away in front towards the outside. Chalk going down the outside. Fancy Dancer with a great turn of speed. He's going to cut over to go to the leader. Bro in Motion, and then came further back then to Market Maker. They were followed second last, Fast and Louder, and Sketchy at the turn of the field, but travelling towards the turner, and around it they come, and it's all Fancy Dancer out with a big lead. In second place over on the inside, Bro in Motion, Market Maker, but Fancy Dancer too good for Bro in Motion. Market Maker Fast and Loud, followed by Sketchy and Chalk last in. Number 8, the winner, Fancy Dancer, wasn't the quickest away. Chalk jumped in front, but it worked down the outside beautifully. Took over in the run of the first.
So Fancy Dancer successful there. The favourite delivers in the first leg of the quaddie there from Maitland. The remainder of those races on the quaddie legs, they'll be on TAB trackside too. But we are getting set for the first leg of the Pick 6 tonight at Alexandra Park on the big program there. 9 races tonight, and hopefully that pool will climb over 40k.
Absolutely, Mark. We're not far away from that first leg. I just apologise too. I think I mentioned Commander in Paris. Of course, it was Commander Paris in that last race. I apologise to the connections of that runner, but yeah, Djokovic with luck chin, the best back runner out of that race, gets home. They had a $3,000 bet and a $2,000 bet, I think at around about $3.20 or $3.30. So winning investment on that runner. Lucky's predominantly has trotters. 99% of his team are trotters, and invariably he's not far away. And this one, the son of Sundawn, gets a 6th win at Alexandra Park, dropping back in company tonight. Close second favourite. So in your quaddie, you've needed runners. The first leg, it better be perfect. The second leg, runner number 9, Djokovic. Third leg of the quaddie, first leg of that Pick 6. You've still got about 4.5 minutes to get involved. Very keen on the Faithful here. I think Barry Pern's got a strong hand. He had 4 in, taken 2 out. The Faithful and Heart of Dixie, my top 2 here. The Faithful dropped in grade last week after running a placing behind Motown. Didn't get a lot of luck in the run home in the hands of Sean Grayling. Barry Purden doesn't drive many these days, Mark, but he's on this one for the Auckland Trotting Club Syndicate. Son of Better's Delight, out of Running on Faith, beautifully bred. Drops back from Class 2 to Class 1, run home at 27.2 last week. I thought it's a great race for him tonight. The danger is the stablemate Heart of Dixie, owned by Rosslyn Stud. Mare by American Ideal, out of Splendid Deal, beautifully bred this one. Zach Butcher takes the drive. Good last week because had to do plenty of work in that race. Joe's Dream went 242. I thought she's a chance to push her favoured runner or favoured stablemate tonight. 11 to beat 10. Outside those top 2, the horse on screen at the moment, Joe's Dream, came from a mile back last week in that Invited Drivers Series race to win. She's in good form. She comes up with a good draw tonight. Sean Grayling takes the drive. Got to have it in. And best of the rest, El Jacko. Not easy stepping out of maidens into the C1s and 2s, but he's a progressive type. Showed ability at 2, was up and running in those young gun heats early on. Put aside and back with 3 starts back this time as a 3-year-old broke through for that maiden win last week in the hands of Philip Butcher, and he will retain the drive tonight. So for me, it's 11, 10, 5 and 7. The other downgraded runner in this race is right down the bottom of the book, runner number 12, Return to Sender. He's been pulling very hard in his races. The key for him is to settle, and I think they'll drive him cold tonight. But the Faithful, very, very hard to beat in the first leg of pick 6. Second leg for me, Eyes Are Smiling. If you want a bit of cover, All Royal Gals Never Far Away. Third leg of pick 6 tonight, Ideal Flyby. Thought the best value tonight, I think she was around about $6 when I had a look earlier on. Mare by American Ideal. That's a Class 3 to Class 6 pace. She's the only Class 6 runner in the race, and she follows out a horse that gets off the gate. I reckon she's a great each-way chance. Vice Consul, looking to give Tony Hurley here a double win tonight. Very good last week. He's not got a great draw, Vice Consul, but he's in good form. God forbid, the other one I think you may need in that leg. 10, 8 and 11. Fourth leg, Art Form and Zach Maguire. Just take the 2. The fifth leg, the trot. Go wide as you can here. Princess McKendale will start very short, but there's a couple of horses here that can upset them. One of them is Demoiselle, a nice horse that's been trialling very well. Race day form is not there, but the trials form is. She's the value runner for me tonight. She was around about $14 this morning. She has been backed in, runner number 8. And Duke Castle ran on very well last week. If you're looking for a couple of roughies outside the favourite, Princess McKendon. In the last, well, Jay Benathi, he's got a mortgage on the last. He's got Elliot Daniel, Our Southern Man, River Emperor, and a couple of others in the last. I think in the last, take Our Southern Man, Elliot Daniel, if your budget will allow, River Emperor. But Our Southern Man is a Class 9 horse. A winner of 14 races, gets in the claimer very well from a nice barrier at barrier 3. That's just an early preview to tonight's pick 6. Get involved. Chase that money tonight. It does look achievable. Aaron, why does it come to you a minute and a half out to the first leg of pick 6? I know you're very keen on the Faithful as well.
Yeah, I've gone the Faithful. Very unlucky, I thought, last week when third and behind Motown. He was good when runner-up and behind Zach's Patrol and Major Star as 2 runs prior to that. Son of Better's Delight for the Auckland Trotting Club Syndicates. Barry Purden to do the driving here tonight. We've put in the 5, Joe's Dream. She worked home strongly in one of those heats of the Island of Origin last week. Sean Grayling to do the driving again here tonight. We'll put in the 7, El Jacko. I thought his maiden win was good. The son of El Sue, he can go on with it. And 10, Heart of Dixie. She continues to race well. The mare by American Ideal. 11, 5, 7 and 10 here for me in the 4th to open pick 6 tonight.
Thanks, Aaron. You'll notice the colours of runner number 11, the Faithful. They are the colours of the Auckland Trotting Club Syndicate. Obviously, horse number 10, the normal colours of the Barry Purden team. The Faithful, the blue and white here for the Auckland Trotting Club Syndicate. Of course, a very successful syndicate. They've had some wonderful success in the last 3 or 4 years, and they've got a few nice ones going around at the moment. But the Faithful doing a good job, and I expect him to go very close tonight. The money is coming for him, hearing that they've had a $2,000 bet on him and $4,000 a place on the stablemate. So runners 11 and 10 where the money is coming. A little bit of money for the last horse in the book, $500 on Return to Sender, of course, in those famous colours of Ian Dobson, Return to Sender. And behind the mobile for the 4th time tonight. Good luck with the quaddie and your pick 6. Your favourite will start 3 the second row. Here's Aaron.
Thank you, Craig. And the runners coming forward for race 4 on the program tonight to open the $40,000 pick 6. We open a double treble and also place 6 on this event. Good race, it should be 2. Kate Hudson's drawn the inside of its stablemate Jubilee Princess, Joe's Dream in 3, El Jacko 4. So 4 on the front, 4 on the back line. Here a field of 8. The Faithful 3 off the back is the favourite. Into the home straight. Green light is up and the Kiwi punters champ seat 4. Alexandra Park, the 18th of September mobile pace field underway, and Joe's Dream on the journey strongly with to the inside Kate Hudson and Jubilee Princess as they work on to the stables corner. 2 lengths away to a spear change. There's a good 4 lengths Heart of Dixie, then the Faithful, and Return to Sender and back to its outside El Jacko just at that stage of the race, just arguing over the same piece of territory as they head out to the back, and Jubilee Princess, Scotty Phelan takes over. Kate Hudson, the stablemate, will take up the trail. They're followed by Spear Change. Joe's Dream has been put back into 4th here by Sean Grayling. They're followed then by Heart of Dixie, tracked up by its stablemate, the Faithful. And the last pair as they pace through the lead time in 43.7 were El Jacko and Return to Sender. So Indian File to the end of the back straight and onto the showgrounds turn. And in front is Jubilee Princess by 2, Kate Hudson, a length and 3/4 spare change in third. They're followed by Joe's Dream. Then came Heart of Dixie, just looking to get away from the markers here for Zach, and will do so. So for the Faithful now into the 1-1 for Barry Purdon, the race favourite. El Jacko on the back of the Faithful. And Return to Sender will come away from the markers and connect on to the back of El Jacko. Through the lane, 32-2, the opening quarter. Kiwi Punters Champs, Heat 4 here at Alexandra Park on the 18th of September. And the leader is Jubilee Princess. The mare by Grin from ear to ear leads into the final circuit by a length and a half. Up on the outside, Heart of Dixie. Around Kate Hudson, the Faithful getting a lovely track into the race around the stables corner 1-1. Then Spear changed the inside, a length off that in the running line, El Jacko. Joe's Dream second last, and Return to Sender the last 800 to go. 30.8 the second quarter. Jubilee Princess into the back. Leads by a length, Heart of Dixie the outside of Kate Hudson. In the 1-1 is the Faithful, travelling nicely for Big Bar. Back on the inside then to Spear change. There followed El Jacko. Philip Butcher connected right onto the back of the favourite. Then Joe's Dream. She's in an awkward spot now. 4 back on the inside. And to her outside, Return to Sender. 4.50 to go. They sweep across the showgrounds turn. The back straight quarter would have been slick. 28-3. Where the leader is Jubilee Princess over Heart of Dixie. The Faithful about to be stoked up out of his trailing 1-1 spot. Then El Jacko. Kate Hudson just losing the leaders back. Homeward bound. Heart of Dixie. Here's the Faithful though closing in El Jacko. Joe's Dream running on. Jubilee Princess still there. The Faithful goes to Heart of Dixie. El Jacko down the outside. Joe's Dream late. The Faithful. El Jacko one last dive on the outside. It might be a goodie. It is. He's up. El Jacko will knock off the Faithful last stride. They were followed Heart of Dixie. Then Joe's Dream. Return to Sender. Jubilee Princess. Kate Hudson and Spear change. 243.3. 28.2 and 56.6 the last half. El Jacko backs up a fine maiden victory with his second victory of his career, and start 7. Nice El Sue gelding here, Philip Butcher. For Logan Hollis and Shane Robertson getting over the top of the favourite. He's put in a nice home stretch sprint, here's El Jacko. Over the Faithful. Heart of Dixie will be the third across here. And Joe's Dream making up nice ground to make up the first 4. The
Official placings, race 4, the Kiwi Punters Champs, Heat 4 at Alex Park on the 18th of September. 7, 11, 10, 5, 12, 3. 7, 11, 10, 5, 12, 3. Horse 7, El Jacko, paced the 2200 metres in 243.32. Mile rate 159.4. Last 856.6. The 428.2. The margins ahead, 3 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths. 7, 11, 10, 5, 12, 3. Race 4, Kiwi Punters Champs, Heat 4 at Alex Park on the 18th of September, mobile pace.
El Jacko back at the head of the field, raced by Kahukuri Bloodstock Limited. That's Peter Smith and Winky Foley. Congratulations, along with co-owner Mrs. R.A. Ritchie. Career win 2 at start 7. El Sue Expose, brown 3-year-old gelding, bred by Kahukuri Bloodstock Limited. Logan Hollis, Shane Robertson prepared out of Pukekohe, and Philip Butcher doing the driving back at the head of the field. Backs up his fine maiden victory with his second victory at start 7 tonight. Roger Barnes down there, part of the victory celebrations. Nice win. El Jacko. 11 the Faithful, Better's Delight Brown, 4-year-old gelding out of Running On Faith for the Auckland Trotting Club 2014 Syndicate. Barry Purdon, the trainer-driver out of Clevedon, and 10 Heart of Dixie. American Ideal, splendid deal, 4-year-old brown mare for Rosslyn Stud Limited. Barry Purdon, the trainer, and Zach Butcher. 7L Jacko, $7.40 and $2, $7.40 and $2. 11 The Faithful at $1.10, $1.10. 10 Heart of Dixie, or $1.50, $1.50. Quinella, $9.20, $9.20. Trifecta, $76 and 60 cents, 76.60. And the first four, $122.30, $122 and 30 cents. 8,838.52. Live units remaining in pick 6 after the first leg going to El Jacko, 8,838.52.
Greyhound's vest. It is on all fours with a track attendant. So the favourite wins, number 2, Foolish Lakota, 170, 104, 1 Casual Stake, 150, and 4 Dark Uzo, 220, 2148. The time is 17:32. And
so 2, 1, 4 and 8 in race number 2 on the card. It was a race which was marred by that greyhound breaking down. It was pretty much at the head of the field and certainly caused a schmozzle, but Foolish Lakota managed to survive, the $1.70 favourite, and take out the victory to make it 4 wins on the trot. Matt Nichols' top selection gets home there, and for most punters as well. 2, 1, 4 and 8 on the second event from Northam. 6 minutes away as we continue our greyhound racing theme. The 8th from Cambridge is up next with Talkin' Fancy, fixed odds favourite. Early doors at 250 and 135. The 8th event is 6 minutes away.
Rich Hill Stud presents
Still to come here on TAB Trackside 1 tonight for a Thursday night under lights. The markets are out for tomorrow night's action at Addington Raceway for the Met, where we see the running of the Group 3 Morris Holmes Vase, the horse which won it last year. And Chris and Me looks like he's back bigger and stronger than ever on the New Zealand Cup campaign. We'll see him tomorrow night, and we'll see that market shortly. The Whale Watch and the Hit Out hopefuls to come, and a quick mention too of the Kiwi Punters Championship, which gets underway tomorrow, the first of the heats at Addington if you want to enter. But we are back at Cambridge, where the mother duck's going to have to look after the ducklings. As there's one getting close to where the lure will roll. You have to keep an eye on those kids. Mind that child. 4 minutes away from the 8th. This is the final leg of the triple trio, and it's also getting close to the first leg of the second quaddie. This race here is the mixed class 2 and 3 event. Favourites, Talk and Fancy. It's been out of form of late, but certainly here, 350 and 240 on the tote, 250 on final field fixed odds. Pete's got it on top as we look there at the sum of rugs. Talk and Fancy is back in class, a massive drop back. Contested a mixed class 4 and 5 at Auckland behind Untraceable on Sunday. And today, back to what's graded a C2 and 3 event, Talk and Fancy, and is back here at Cambridge, where it's won twice and placed on 3 other occasions. So hence why, despite the recent form line, with the big drop in class from box number 4, can certainly do the job here. Is Ferretti's in the market, number 5, and then 2 Opawa Uno on that next line. A winner 2 back here at Cambridge in C2, stepped up to C3 and found traffic last Thursday at Auckland behind Sacred Canu on both occasions. Back with you, Pete, and the big downgrader here, the 4 on top for you.
Yeah, gets around here all right too. Won a couple of times, has been over the middle distance and sprinting up only for the second time. Tonight is a Talk and Fancy. Last time we saw it go here at over the 457 was right up there and faded a bit, so just trying it in the sprint. 2 3 back, it did jump out nicely and run down late, so drops a grade back to a sprint. Interesting. Put it on top. Put in the 5 Is for Reddy. That runs exactly the opposite. Runs slow from the boxes and hits the line very, very strongly as for Reddy, and will do the same tonight. The 6 in the mix as well. Sometime soon, she just lost a bit of that early mojo, hasn't she? Sometime soon. $6.70 and $1.90 the money about sometime soon. Just been missing away. We know if she can hop out and get on the pace, she's always a totally different dog. There is sometime soon. And Opawa Uno did win here 2 back, and it went to Auckland, just missed away completely from the 5 box into box number 2 tonight. It was a nice victory here. A couple of starts ago on a 21 and 68. In shot there now with the trainer, there Tracy Steele, along with Wayne, doing the job with Opawa Uno. So 4, 5, 6 and the 2. B Rabbit off the inside, and last time we saw B Rabbit win was here from box number 8. They jumped out nicely. Since then, has just been missing away completely. Super Zip Zip. Now with the Lowen kennels is Super Zip Zip up from the CD, I think formerly down there with Angela Turnbull. Super Zip Zip had a look at Auckland the other day and finished 4th. It was up there, drifted, came home all right. So 375 metres today. There for Super Zip Zip, 16s and $2.70. The other runners, It's the Dream off box at number 7 tonight for It's the Dream, and doesn't mind it out there, and more salt needed. Hayley Mullane's charge, more salt needed, and she had that before. Has that been with her? I'm not too sure. I don't think it has been. More salt needed might have come up from the CD, and it really hasn't shown a lot at the stage. 20s and 5s, the money about that runner there. But for me, the 4, the 5, the 6, and the 2. So not far from bringing them over here for the running of race number 8. Just having a look for those little buttons. Yep, they're right down on the rail just as they go into the first bend. So. Let's hope she puts them under her wing. Favourite is Talk and Fancy, $2.20 and 80 cents. A book have it at $2.40. It looks like they're all tucked under Mum's wing there. Hope she doesn't get a fright. There. So hopefully things will go well. I've chased around a few times. It just seems to come back and sit in the same spot or thereabouts. So fingers crossed there. So loading up. B Rabbit, Super Zip Zip, S for Ready, It's the Dream, Opawa Uno, Talk and Fancy, Sometime Soon, and more salt needed. as we lock them away here on a little rapidity. About to roll for race number 8. Set and ready. Off. B Rabbit away, a right, Power shows up and out wider. There we go. Super Zip hits the lead there. From Power round the outside of runners there is Talkin' Fancy is for Eddie Handy. Little gap in the field. There we go to B Rabbit, and sometime soon and out the back door there is It's a Dream, and more salt needed. Up they come, still kicking there. Super Zip will hold. Super Zip Talkin' Fancy late. Then we get back then out of S for Ready. They're followed across there by B Rabbit, Power and towards the tail of the field sometime soon. It's a Dream, and more salt needed. Might need a little bit of pepper. 21 and 34, good run for Pete Lowen. Number 3 will get home here. Will beat the 4. 21 and 34. And the third one in the 5. And then we go back to the 2. 3, 4, 5 and 2. 9 will... We'll get those splits in a moment or two for you. 9, 11, 12 and 23. It's all over the place, isn't it? Anyway, ahead by 2. They might have had it back to front. Head by 2 by 4 and a quarter. We'll check those splits in a moment or two there for you. But a good victory. It's held nicely. Has Super Zip, $11.60 and $3. So we watch them jump here. And you can see the early speed going the way of the 2, the 3. And the 3 just darts round to the lead here, Super Zip. And we'll get home. And get home quite nicely. 4 down the inside most of the journey there was Talkin' Fancy hitting the line strong. Another 10 metres it was home, but hey, you've only got to run 375, and Super Zip did that. There by Superman from Zip Marina, owned and trained by Pete Lowe. They're getting the prize. 4 second Talkin' Fancy, the Schofield runner, Brett Lee, Sweet Fancy, and the 5 is Ferretti for Linda Martin Matanushka from Virtuoso. First 4 there with the 2. And about 12's at the close, I think it was. So there, Super Zip taking out race number 8. And I'll return with race number 9. Yeah, it's another sprint. There, the class 4 and 5. Should be a good go. This Chris's Pride raced through the grades and paid a trail who can run some time. Inside and outside boxes, 10 to 8 for that.
Thank you, Pete. First leg of the quaddie, so a good way to get the quaddie underway with a few chances. Paid a trails back at Cambridge too. It's unbeaten in 5 at the track, but missed out at Auckland, so back here today. Super Zip in race number 8, $11.60 and $3. Number 3, 4 Talkin' Fancy, $1.20, and 5 is Ferretti at $1.50. 3, 4 Quinella, $10.80. 3, 4, 5 Trifecta, $159.10. 3, 4, 5 and 2. The first 4, $954.60. The dividend, TAB double, 4 with 3, 24, 4 and 4 concession, 340. Triple trio wasn't struck, so that 0.8 of the live units who survived the 2 legs but dumped out in the third, a percentage there, 1,066.90, 1,066.90 to that 0.80 of the unit. As we get the salute, great hat too, just in time for a few of the chilly mornings of spring. And with spring, that does mean that we are getting started on the road to the Cup, and it begins tomorrow at Addington Raceway with that Morris Holmes Vars race night, and it also kicks off a really great season of punting, and I suppose what a way for the likes of the Met to really promote this with their Kiwi Punters Championship.
Yeah, it was very popular last year, Mark. I think the winner took around about $11,500. It was a Christchurch syndicate that took it out last year. I think Invercargill was second, and another Christchurch syndicate was third. It kicks off tomorrow night, September the 4th, and then the following week they're at Addington again. Now, if you want to enter this, my best bet would be have a look at www.addington.co.nz and have a look at their website. But it's $500. There's no fee to enter, but you need $500 betting voucher, minimum $50 per race, minimum bet $50 per race, and winner at the end of the night will get $2,000 and an invite to the final, which will be obviously on the 13th of November on their free-for-all day, where they're playing for around about $80,000. I believe $50,000 to the winner, $20,000 for second, $10,000 for third. Now, if you win your heat, you win $2,000, but if you run second or third, you're also invited into that final as well. Now, $5,000 will be the bank you'll need for the final. It's been very, very popular, Mark, as I mentioned. The heats will run through nearly every Friday for the next month. I think they go this Friday, then next Friday at Addington, then we're at Alexandra Park on the 18th, back to Addington on the 25th of September, second heat at Auckland on the 1st of October, and the last heat at Auckland is on the 16th of October. And the final, 13th of November. In between times, there is one heat at Oamaru on the 13th of September. That'll be at the Northern Tavern at Invercargill. So looking forward to good participation in this, Mark. It's something that I think has been taken on board, and you don't have to have a lot, $500, get 5 mates in, $100 each. Spend $50 a race minimum and have a crack. It's a very good competition. As I say, starts tomorrow night at Addington. Yeah, it's unlimited, I suppose. I think you can have a total of 10 in the room at the time, but then it's unlimited in terms of the people that can be part. Absolutely. I think the syndicate's the way to go, and there's no limit on the amount of entries that you can put in. So if you want to put 3 syndicates in on the night, have a crack. It'll cost you $1,500, and I know Alexandra Park, they're looking to promote it quite in depth in the next week or so, with their first heat being in 3 weeks' time. All right, make sure you do get involved if you'd like to be involved there. Addington.co.nz, or call the Met tomorrow. They're in the office, because I think you need to be in by noon for tomorrow's heat, but of course there are many more heats going on. Yeah, just talking to Richard Bromley this afternoon, they are saying, listen, they would like to have everyone enter the day before, but if you turn up on the night, they will take your money. So I know Alexandra Park are the same. They don't want to turn people away. So if you can't get an entry on the day before, don't worry. If you've decided on the night that you want to put a team in, just make sure you rock up with your $500 and get involved. All right, so that's the Kiwi Punters Championship. Make sure you get involved, and what a great day to finish it on too. A great punting day, which is show day, where you could win 50k if you are successful on the final day, and then it's 20k, 10k for second and third. What about punting more pressing? We've got race number 5 coming up next at the park, where pick 6 continues, and we are down to 8,838 after the first leg of pick 6. Second leg of pick 6, and a bit of the night going around here. Of course, they had success in Australia at the weekend with Speeding Spur, who's had a long campaign, and the Dickies have Isis smiling here, Craig. They do, and they've had a wonderful start to their season, John and Josh, with limited runners and a really good strike rate. Their UDR at the moment for this season is quite incredible. Isis smiling, the key to her is obviously her manners. The mobile gives her a chance to get into the race. We saw that at Cambridge 2 starts ago, where she was behind the field when they let them go, but she wasn't 50 metres away like she's been from a stand. She worked round to sit parked, and what I liked in that video, Mark, was she was clearly too good for Cyclone Chief. Now, Cyclone Chief has gone on to run second to Conan Bridge in the Breeders' Crown. That's really good form for a race like this. So money is coming for the mare from 3:30 this morning into 2:40. I'm hearing through from the racing desk that they want nothing else. They've had nearly $10,000 on this mare, so she has been the best back runner during the night. Eyes are smiling. That's why the quote from 3:30 into 2:40. That Stonewall Stud Drivers Challenge is still open if you want to get involved, and we're at a head-to-head on option 535. Terrascova 190, Sir George Grey 180. Well, he let me down awfully last week, Sir George Grey. I do have a theory on him, Mark, and I could be proved wrong, but I think he's a better horse when you don't work with him. If you sit him cold, one run, I think you'll find the line. That's nothing against Scott Phelan's drive last week, because I think he drove the horse, not knowing the horse, beautifully to grab the front, but he was found wanting at the end of his race. I think if Ben Butcher tonight drives him cold, you may see a form reversal about him. Not saying he can win the race, but I think he'll go a lot better tonight. Runner number 6, Sir George Grey. For me, eyes are smiling on top to beat All Royal Gal, who's been wonderfully consistent lately. For Robert Dunn, Jack McKinnon will take the drive. Terrascova, Lux had 1 win tonight. He's chasing 2 with this mare. And I've got Rhythm, if you want one outside the square here. Obviously, Sir George Grey's in there, but I got Rhythm. Won the second row. Is not a bad draw for her, because Eyes Are Smiling will start from the unruly position, midfield on the second row. Eyes Are Smiling has options to get off the back of Ellingham very quickly here, but do like runner number 10. I think if she does it right, she'll get the money in race number 5.
All right, obviously a number of these runners were behind the stand last week. Sir George Grey, All Royal Gal and San Diego Love too in those heats of the Island of Origin Drivers Series. So behind the mobile tonight, some changing complexions?
Oh, absolutely. You'll see the likes of All Royal Gal go forward here very quickly. I suggest she's got good gate speed. Terraskova likes to race on the speed. So look for them to go forward from their draws, even though they're drawn out wide a bit, the mobile. They've got a lot of mobile form around it. If you want to get the Will Pays in the quaddie, Better Be Perfect, Djokovic and El Jacko. Favourite way with the quaddie is with Eyes Are Smiling at $531. All Royal Gal, $656. And then you're getting to 4 figures. Next best backed in the quaddie will be with Terraskova at $1,300 and just over $1,000 with Sir George Grey. But Eyes Are Smiling, $531, your favourite way with Better Be Perfect, Djokovic and El Jacko, the first 3 legs of the quaddie. Aaron, as I come to you, race number 5 tonight, you've got Eyes Are Smiling on top. The key to her tonight, obviously have good manners, but the mobile's a massive advantage.
Yeah, it certainly is. She was a nice winner from a mobile beginning down at Cambridge. That was back on the 20th of August, beating home Cyclone Chief. Well, we know what Cyclone Chief did on Sunday, so all pointers around her. Eyes Are Smiling, $2.60 and $1.50. 7 All Royal Gals well in the mix. 5 Terraskova, nice last start Victor. And Sir George Grey, well, he's won 3 times from a mobile start. He's off the front. Ben Butcher, I'd certainly have him in the mix to bounce back as well. 10, 7, 5 and 6.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. She's just sweating up a bit. Eyes Are Smiling, but she can do that. She gets quite keen round at the start, and so was Sir George Grey as well. He was getting very keen. As Aaron mentioned, his form behind the mobile is very good. 12 starts from a mobile, 3 wins, 4 placings. And I just wouldn't drop him on last week's race. We liked him last week. He was disappointing, but maybe tonight he can turn that form around. First 4 getting up and over $3,000. And of course, the first leg of pick 6 tonight, some $8,000 live after El Jacko, runner number 7, at around about the $7 mark, took out the first leg. It is the Central Landscapes Mobile Trot. Favourites into 240, 250 on the tote. Eyes Are Smiling is her name. Let's head to Aaron for the call on tonight's second leg of pick 6.
And 8,838.52 survive El Jacko through the first leg of our chase for the over 40,000 in pick 6 tonight. Sir George Grey working up onto the gate here. Now, Eyes Are Smiling. She's away off the mobile here. She's a good 75 metres off the back of the mobile. So the race favourites refusing to get any closer to the mobile here too, and she's going to miss it by 50 metres. Eyes Are Smiling. Central Landscapes Mobile Trot underway, and the favourite, she's got the job in front of her, is galloping also All Royal Gal. This Sky Rocks first out over to Coca Breeze, and here's Terraskova Luck Chin moving up onto the leader's stables corner. They're followed by Ellingham as I Got Rhythm gallops in behind runners. They're followed by Sir George Grey will settle down in 5th, then Philadelphia H. They're followed by San Diego Love, I Got Rhythm. Now Eyes Are Smiling. She'll be standing the leader still 30 to 40 metres as they turn up in the back. She has got around All Royal Gal. Into the back, and that leader is Terraskova by 2. Over the Sky Rocks into Coca Breeze. Ellingham sitting 4th and Park. Back on the inside, Philadelphia H, and the 1-1 is Sir George Grey. I Got Rhythm the inside of San Diego Love. 5 lengths, Eyes Are Smiling, and back last is All Royal Gal. 44 and 9 the lead time, so a fast lead time here too for the Square Gators. Terraskova sweeping across the showgrounds turn. Lead margin now 2.5 lengths over the Sky Rocks. Ellingham sitting out Park for Todd McFarlane. Sir George Grey and the 1-1 for Ben Butcher. To Coca Breeze back on the inside. That's been tracked through by Philadelphia H to its outside San Diego Love in the last trio. I Got Rhythm the inside. Eyes Are Smiling. Joshua Dickey back second last, and All Royal Gal last in the Central Landscapes Trot. 33 into the opening quarter. Terrace Cover, she's having a nice time of it out in front over Ellingham, who gets up to second and Park with a circuit to go, working onto the stables corner. Then this guy rocks on the inside, getting the lovely drag in the trail for Simon Lawson. Sir George Grey 1-1 to Coca Breeze and Mike Nicholas back on the inside. They're followed by San Diego Love. Philadelphia Rach a length off her. They're followed by Isa Smiling, I Got Rhythm. And 3 lengths All Royal Gal, 31 the second quarter into the back. Terrace Cover a length and a half. Ellingham the outside. This guy rocks trailing. Sir George Grey's had a lovely 1-1 smother throughout to Coca Breeze the inside. Taking off but galloping there was San Diego Love. Isa Smiling gets underneath her, as to I Got Rhythm and Philadelphia Rach. And further away All Royal Gal off the back. Terrace Cover. Looming large now is Sir George Grey. 400 metres left to go. Then came Ellingham. This guy rocks just losing the leaders back as Isa Smiling and I Got Rhythm run on. 28 and 8 the back straight quarter. Terrace Cover up on the outside. Sir George Grey 3 lengths away in the field. I Got Rhythm. Isa Smiling, she tries gamely. She's in fourth at this stage. Terrace Cover in front, 100 to go. Sir George Grey starts to wind up strongly. Terrace Cover, Sir George Grey. Terrace Cover, Sir George Grey locked in a great battle. Terrace Cover, luck's got 2. Terrace Cover, Sir George Grey, huge run. Isa Smiling third. They were followed. San Diego Love's been a pretty good recovery after her gallop through the back. Then came I Got Rhythm. This guy rocks. Philadelphia H to Coca Breeze Ellingham. And not tonight for All Royal Gal. 249.1. 31.1 was the final quarter. And 59.9 was the half. Terrace Cover. Tenacious victory. Sir George Grey tried very hard. Ben Butcher. Well, the tail of the tape is that scoring up for Isa Smiling. She'll run third. She lost the best part of 75 metres in the score up. She was 50 off them at the start. And she's run, a length and a half, 2 lengths in third. And also a nice run, San Diego Love, after her late mistake through the back straight. So
Official placings, race 5, the Central Landscapes Mobile Trot. 5, 6, 10, 8, 9, 2. 5, 6, 10, 8, 9, 2. Horse 5, Terrascova, trotted the 2200 metres from a mobile start in 249.13. Mile rate of 23.7. Last 859.9, the 431.1. The margins ahead, 1.5 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths. 5, 6, 10, 8, 9, 2. Race 5, Central Landscapes Mobile Trot.
5 Terrace Cover back at the head of the field, raced by R.J. Erickson, A.C. Paisley, K.A. Irwin, along with C.J. Cross and Dr. Luckchin. Luckchin the breeder, Luckchin the driver, and also the trainer out of Tamaheri picks up his second victory on the program tonight. Terrace Cover picks up her 5th victory at start 43 in the Central Landscapes Mobile Trot. Mike Armour and the team here from Central Landscapes with us on track tonight and down there part of the victory celebrations. Murray Goldsworthy, steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, also in attendance. 6 Sir George Grey for second. Monkey Bones Georgina Grey, 5-year-old gelding for M and S Clegg. Derek Ball trained at Pukekohe and Ben Butcher. And Isa Smiling for third. Peckers a Spur, 6-year-old bay mare out of Sunisa, raced by Mrs. J.R. Davies, J.B. Davies and Mrs. M.A. Plain. John and Joshua Dickey prepared at Clevedon. And Joshua Dickey the drive. 5 Terrace Cover, $8.20 and $2.40, $8.20 and $2.40. 6 Sir George Grey, $2.20, $2.20 and 10 Isa Smiling, $1.50, $1.50. Quinella, $25.20, $25.20. Trifecta, $190.10, $190.10, and the first 4, $1,539.30. $1,539.30. 7 and 5 the double at $58.10. 58.10. 7 and 6 concession $42.10. 42.10. 1, 9, 7 and 5 in the early quaddie, $1,300.20. $1,300.20. We'll have an update for you on pick 6 just as soon as that does filter through. Race 6 on the program, time to go at 8 o'clock.